Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Without Limit. I'm Julia, and I'm so glad you're here with me today. If you're someone who struggles with thinking in English, then this episode is just for you. Have you ever found yourself translating every word in your head before speaking? It slows you down, doesn't it? This is something so many English learners go through. You think in your native language first, then try to translate it into English. And by the time you're ready to speak, the moment has passed. But don't worry. In today's episode, I'm going to show you how to train your brain to think directly in English, just like a native speaker. And trust me, once you start thinking in English, everything becomes easier. Speaking, listening, even writing. So, if you've ever wondered how to stop translating and start thinking in English naturally, stay with me. I've got some powerful techniques to share with you today. Let's dive in. Let's begin with the big question. Why is thinking in English so important? Here's the truth. If you always think in your native language first and then try to translate, you'll never be able to speak fluently. Why? Because it creates a delay. Your brain is doing double the work, first forming a sentence in your native language, then trying to find the correct English words. And sometimes, the translation just doesn't make sense. For example, if someone translates "I am cold" word for word from another language, they might say "I have cold," which sounds completely unnatural in English. That's why thinking in English is so helpful. It trains your brain to form thoughts and sentences the way native speakers do, without needing to translate. Let's also talk about confidence. When you start thinking in English, words come to you faster. You don't have to pause for long seconds to find the right phrase. You just speak, naturally and smoothly. Another benefit, it improves your listening skills. If you think in English, your brain processes conversations faster. You begin to understand people better, especially in real-time conversations. And not just during conversations, when you watch movies, listen to music, or follow a podcast, you'll start recognizing words and phrases instantly, instead of translating every line in your head. And here's another thing. Pronunciation. When you think in English, you start hearing the language the way native speakers do. You internalize the natural rhythm and sounds, which helps you pronounce words more clearly and confidently. So, let's quickly summarize why thinking in English matters. It helps you speak faster and more naturally. It boosts your confidence, it improves your listening skills, and it sharpens your pronunciation. Pretty amazing, right? Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. It's important. But how do I actually train my brain to think in English? Great question. Before we get into the step-by-step techniques, let's talk about some common mistakes that stop people from making progress. One of the biggest mistakes is relying too much on translation. If you're always translating in your head, your brain never learns how to think in English directly. It's like riding a bike with training wheels forever. At some point, you have to take them off and trust your balance. The same is true with English. You have to trust your brain to form English sentences naturally, even if they're not perfect. Another common mistake is focusing too much on grammar while thinking. Many learners try to make every sentence perfect in their mind before speaking, but that actually slows you down. Yes, grammar is important, but if you stop to check every little rule, you'll lose your flow. You don't need perfect grammar to communicate well. You need clarity, confidence, and the ability to keep the conversation going. In the next part of the episode, I'll show you exactly how to shift your thinking and start using English as your natural language of thought. But for now, just remember this. You don't need to be perfect to make progress. You just need to practice thinking in English, one small step at a time. Have you ever noticed that native speakers don't think about grammar rules while they're talking? Exactly. They just speak. It flows naturally. And guess what? Even native speakers make grammar mistakes sometimes, and that's completely normal. Let's talk about common mistakes that stop many learners from thinking in English. Mistake number 1, relying too much on translation. If you're always translating every word in your head before you speak, your brain won't get the chance to think in English directly. It's like always using training wheels. You never learn how to balance on your own. At some point, you have to trust your brain to build natural English thoughts. Mistake number 2, overthinking grammar while forming sentences. Grammar is important, of course, but if you stop to check every rule while you're speaking or thinking, it creates hesitation. You'll speak more slowly, and you'll lose your train of thought. Fluency comes from practice, not perfection. Mistake number 3, fear of making mistakes. Some people are so afraid of saying something wrong that they stop themselves from speaking or even thinking in English. But mistakes are how we grow. The more you practice thinking in English, the more fluent you become. Don't be afraid to sound imperfect. Fluency is about communication, not flawless grammar. Mistake number 4, not surrounding yourself with English. If your daily environment is filled with your native language, your brain will naturally default to that language. Using English only during lessons or study time isn't enough. You need to immerse yourself. Listen to English music, watch English videos, read books or articles in English. Let's do a quick recap. The 4 biggest mistakes that stop you from thinking in English are relying too much on translation, overthinking grammar, fear of making mistakes, not surrounding yourself with enough English. If you're making any of these mistakes, don't worry. The good news is you can change your habits. And now, I'm going to show you exactly how to train your brain to think in English naturally. Let's break it down step by step. Step 1. Name things around you in English. This is one of the easiest habits to build. Just look around you and say the names of objects in English. Bed, window, lamp, phone. And you can take it further. Describe what's happening. Instead of just thinking, cup, say, I am drinking coffee from my cup. This links real life to English and makes the language part of your daily experience. Step 2, talk to yourself in English. It might feel a little strange at first, but it's incredibly effective. Talk to yourself while cooking, getting dressed, or going for a walk. Say things like, I'm putting on my shoes. It's a sunny day. I need to go to the store. No one is listening, so there's no pressure. You're just training your brain to get comfortable using English. Step 3. Use an English to English dictionary. This is a game changer. Many learners still use dictionaries that translate to their native language, but that keeps your brain stuck in translation mode. Try this instead. If you don't know the word excited, look it up in an English dictionary. It might say, feeling very happy and eager. Now you've learned the meaning in English, and your brain has made a direct connection. No translation needed. Step 4. Think in simple sentences first. Don't try to form long, complex thoughts right away. Start small. Instead of thinking, I should go to the store because I need to buy some vegetables for dinner, just say, I need vegetables. Later, as you grow more confident, your sentences will naturally become more detailed. Step 5. Have an English inner voice. Try to turn your internal thoughts into simple English conversations. If you're planning your day, think, what should I do first? Maybe I'll start with breakfast. Then I'll go outside. Ask yourself questions in English like, how do I feel today? What time is it? What's for dinner? This habit trains your brain to default to English as your primary thinking language. Step 6. Surround yourself with English. The more you hear English, the more natural it becomes. Watch movies or shows in English. Listen to English podcasts. Read English books, articles, or subtitles. Even having English music in the background helps. The more exposure you get, the more your brain starts thinking in English automatically. Let's recap the 6 steps to help you start thinking in English. Name things around you in English. Talk to yourself in English. Use an English-to-English dictionary. Think in simple sentences first. Have an English inner voice. Surround yourself with English. These strategies are simple, powerful, and, most importantly, practical. And the best part? You can start using them today. Coming up next, I'll guide you through some daily exercises you can do to make thinking in English a permanent habit. We've talked about powerful strategies to stop translating and start thinking in English. But here's the big question. How do you make this a daily habit? Because knowing the techniques is just the beginning. If you want real progress, you have to practice every single day. So in this episode, I'll be sharing some simple and effective daily exercises that will help you train your brain to think in English naturally. Let's dive in. 1. Start and end your day in English. This is a beautiful way to bookend your day. The moment you wake up, try to describe your plans in English. For example, today is Monday. I have a meeting at 10. I will have lunch with my friend. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just think in simple English sentences. Then, before you go to sleep, do the same thing in reverse. Reflect on your day in English. What did I do today? Did I enjoy it? What made me happy? This helps your brain switch into English mode at the beginning and end of each day. It's powerful. Set a no translation rule for 30 minutes a day. Yes, just 30 minutes. For half an hour each day, challenge yourself to think only in English. No translating. No switching back to your native language. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but that's okay. You're training your brain, and just like exercise, it gets easier over time. 3. Talk to yourself in English. Out loud, this one is fun and really effective. Every day, take a few minutes to speak out loud in English. You might say, I'm making tea. It smells so good. I'll drink it while reading a book. The goal here is not perfection, it's practice. Even if no one is around, keep talking. You're building fluency. 4. Use English. During simple activities. This one is so easy to do, but often overlooked. Whether you're cooking, walking, or cleaning, use that time to think in English. For example, while walking, you could say, the weather is nice, the sky is blue, I feel relaxed. These small moments add up. They create an English environment in your everyday life. 5. Keep a simple English journal. Writing is another great way to practice thinking in English. At the end of the day, write a few sentences in your journal. Talk about what you did, how you felt, or what your goals are. Don't worry about grammar, just to express your thoughts in English. And later, when you look back, you'll see just how far you've come. Let's quickly recap the 5 daily exercises to make thinking in English a habit. Start and end your day in English. Set a no translation rule for 30 minutes. Talk to yourself out loud in English. Use English during everyday tasks. Keep a simple English journal. If you practice these daily, you'll be amazed at how quickly your mind starts switching to English automatically. But let's be honest, there will be challenges along the way. Let's talk about 3 common obstacles that many learners face and how to overcome them. Challenge 1. Thinking in your native language first. This is natural. Your brain wants to go with what's familiar. The solution? Be patient. Start with simple English thoughts, even just single words or short phrases. And remember, use an English-to-English dictionary when you learn new words. This helps your brain stay in English mode. Challenge 2. Feeling stuck because you don't know the right word. This happens to everyone. When you forget a word, don't stop. Try to describe it instead. Let's say you forget the word refrigerator. Just say, the cold box where I keep my food. That's still English thinking. And that's the goal. Challenge 3. Losing motivation. You might feel like you're not improving, but progress in language learning is often slow and invisible. That's why it's so important to track your progress. Record yourself speaking. Keep a journal. Talk to yourself in the mirror. Then compare your results after a few weeks. You'll be surprised by how much you've improved. Remember, this is a skill, and skills take time. Be kind to yourself, be consistent, and keep going. Wow, we've covered a lot in this episode. From daily exercises to overcoming real challenges, thinking in English is totally possible for you. So, what should you do now? Start small. Choose just one of today's tips and practice it today. That's how habits begin. And I'd love to hear from you. What's one strategy you're going to try first? Let me know in the comments or share your experience with me. If you found this episode helpful, please consider following English Without Limit and share it with a friend who's also learning. You're doing great, and I'm so proud of your progress. Keep practicing, keep thinking in English, and I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, happy learning!